This was your grandmother Calicarina's.
Right.
I so wish I could have had some of her food.
Oh yeah, and this stuff she made in her restaurant. And she always, you know, this is a smaller portion. She'd make sheet cakes, big stuff for a restaurant. So we've cut this back to just a nice 9x9 pan.
Now this is a cola cake per se, as they called it back in the day. And this is similar to my mother's, but it's got that really thick, dense, beautiful, soft.
And it has marshmallows, which is interesting
got
for a cola
marshmallows.
cake. Your parents tried it. We gave them some and they gave us the thumbs up. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy. They liked
Yeah,
it.
Dad loves his chocolate cake.
He does.
So I'm gonna shut up so you
All
can
right.
get going.
And what we're gonna start with, we have, this is 1.5 cups of flour.
What kind of flour?
All purpose.
All purpose.
All purpose, yeah. And then I have 1.5 cups of sugar.
It's a cake.
It's a cake, that's right. I have in here 3¼ teaspoons of soda, and I just shook a little bit of salt in there for taste.
Gotcha.
So that's our base. If you get that going for me, that is a stick and a
I'm
half.
gonna melt some butter.
Yep, stick and a half, which is 3/4 of butter. We're gonna melt that down. And this is nice because you don't need a mixer. This is kind of a whisk cake. Just whisk it up, throw it in.
So we don't have to get that going crazy. You don't
No,
wanna
we just
burn
want to
the
melt
butter.
that butter, and I'm gonna add 3/4 of a cup of cola.
To the butter.
Yep, just go ahead and let's get that melting down. And also I have 2 tablespoons of cocoa. And that's gonna be the base of that. So if you can just melt that all for me, that'd be great. All right, so I'm gonna utilize, while you're doing that for me, I'm gonna bring this bowl up here. And this is our third thing we're gonna get together. These are 2 of our eggs from our chickens, which I love.
Very fresh eggs.
That's right. And I also have here a 1/3 cup of buttermilk.
Love buttermilk.
So we're gonna have 3 different dishes here. And then my favorite vanilla from Lisa that she made. It's absolutely wonderful. You can tell it's homemade. I'm gonna put a
We
teaspoon
need
of
to get her
that.
on the show and
Show us how she made
to
it.
do that. That's a process.
Yes, it is. All right, so we got that melted.
I'm making a mess of it.
That's okay, let's set it aside a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and whisk this up, the buttermilk, the eggs, and the vanilla. Okay, now it's time to combine. So if you wanna pour this slowly in here for me, we'll start with our cocoa mixture. That's the cola, the cocoa.
Just a slow pour.
Yes, and that's got the butter.
Oh,
I know, we're making a cake.
smells like a chocolate factory. Am I a good pour?
You are doing really good. This is nice because I had to do it myself earlier when I practiced.
Sometimes 2 hands isn't enough.
That's right.
All the time, 1-handed enough. All of it?
Give me all of it, yeah. Go ahead,
All
pour it
right.
all in there. And then if you will, pour the next one for me.
The next wet batch.
That's right, the next wet batch.
All
This
right.
is our eggs and our buttermilk and our vanilla.
Ready?
Go ahead, just pour it all in and I
Pour it all in,
Yeah,
all
go
right.
ahead. I'm gonna whisk it all up here. And there's my pan that I've already
Do you need
greased.
that closer?
Yep, you can put it right here because when this gets mixed where it looks nice, see how it's turning into a nice little cake batter? All right, one last ingredient, something she did. A couple marshmallows.
I tried it. It was pretty amazing.
They kind of stay on the surface, but they kind of melt into the cake. I think it makes it really good.
She knew what she was doing.
She did. She was.
And this is optional. Everybody has their way. There's no right way or wrong way to do a cola cake. But this one's awful good, I'll tell you that.
Right. And you got cola in the icing too at the end. All right, we're gonna let this go at 350 for about 45 minutes. We'll watch it.
All right, we have the cake coming out.
So we're gonna have 2 cakes.
There's nothing wrong with 2 cakes. What's better than a cake?
Another cake.
Look at how those marshmallows kind of come up on top. Now this is once it's cooled and set
Right.
down.
They'll sink in a little bit.
They'll sink in a little bit, and that's how the finished product looks before you put the
Icing.
icing, and it firms up.
Or you could put it on hot. Some people do, but we're gonna put it on cool so we can eat it.
So I've melted your butter. I was doing something while
That's
I
all
was
right.
down.
That's a 1/3 cup.
1/3 of a cup of butter.
And it's done. 1/4 cup more cola.
Okay.
Mix that in there. 2 more tablespoons of cocoa. Just get all that mixed. And as you do that, once you get it in, I'm gonna slowly add powdered sugar. You know what? Let's get you a whisk. That might work better.
All right.
And this
How am I
is,
doing?
You're doing good. This is 3 cups of powdered sugar. And we have 2 cakes here. I think we'll have enough icing maybe for both, but I'm gonna have to send one with Kelly
Yeah.
because I don't think I want you would eat 2 cakes.
You know, when you do a cooking show, and we do, sometimes you have to do before and after version, have one ready, and so that ends up, we have lots of cakes. Oh, it's thickening up.
Isn't that looking nice?
Oh, man.
We're almost to the 3 cup point. I'm gonna give you the spoon if you want to do a little smoothing. Go ahead. That might be plenty right there.
I don't know. I probably want a little bit more.
You want a little more?
Yeah. Let's just use it all. So here we are, and Mrs. Farmer assures me that we can go ahead and cut this even though it's been sitting here just a few minutes.
So the icing drips. Don't you want to try it?
Yes, I want to try it. I don't want to try it. I want to absolutely attack it.
I should have cut you a bigger piece. I wasn't thinking.
Yes, you should have. I took some of our high-dollar maraschino cherries that we use for other things.
That's right.
And I drizzled some juice on there to get that cherry taste. So you got this deep, dark chocolate taste. And grab you
A cherry to go with it.
a cherry to go with it. And guess what?
Yeah, don't waste these.
Oh, Mom. Oh, that is so good.
I'm gonna have to hide the cake, I have a feeling.
You know what? That's delicious. But that little cherry
Made
with
it.
the cherry juice on it, that really adds to that.
That was delicious.